All right, so I've pulled up a PowerPoint that I've been working on for a conference that we'll use to practice on. So this week we are creating presentations with Smartart and Shapes, like I said. The first thing it wants us to know is how to search and download themes from the web. This took me a minute because this presentation is really bad about just not telling you where to find things. But in order to find more themes, you want to open up your Backstage view, and all the way here on the right, you have more themes. Click that, and it'll bring up a search tool. Let's look for a modern theme. Press enter, and it will bring this up. And you can select one of these to begin a presentation using one of these styles. It'll work just like creating a blank presentation. I'm not going to download one just because I don't want that on my computer. I don't want to bother with it. Just know that that's how you do it. Once you've selected, I think you could just press enter or double click or single click, one of those, and it'll start your presentation. All right, so next slide. To delete a slide, very, very easy. We come over here to our thumbnail view, and let's say we want to get rid of this agenda slide here, and we also want to get rid of the research goals. So we hold Control, and we click on the ones that we want, or you can hold Shift and select the sequence. We're not going to do that, and you just press the delete key. I would like to keep those slides, so I'm going to undo that. To move the splitters in a window, hiding and decrease the size of slide thumbnails, showing or increasing the size of thumbnails, and of course, showing thumbnails. I could not find what this is talking about here for the life of me. The collapsed menu button located to the right of the word thumbnails. I couldn't find the word thumbnails anywhere. But all this is talking about is you have this splitter here that you can drag to the left or right. You can completely hide your thumbnails if you want. Oh, there it is. So that's what it's talking about, is if you collapsed it all the way, you'll see thumbnails in a vertical bar, and you can use that to bring them back. Okay, so creating a title slide. Just know that when you start a new presentation, the first slide that shows up is always going to be your title slide. If you need a title slide, you can come down here to new slides, select this, or you can come to layouts for your current slide and change it to a title slide this way. So moving on, aligning a paragraph. I'm going to place the insertion point anywhere in the text and then choose the alignment we want. You don't have to select the text in order for this to work. We can just press it here. And we don't have to select, just click, and now the whole thing is centered. Do the same thing with right alignment, justified, but I'm going to leave it alone. Creating the first text slide. We kind of did this already. You come to new slide, select title and content. I'm not gonna do that, but when you do, you'll get a blank slide that has this format here, and you insert your title here and your content down here, which again will default to a bulleted list. You can change it if you like, but usually that's what you're going to want anyway. Inserting a symbol. This is very much like what you did with Microsoft Word. So we want to come to the Insert tab. Let's put our agenda or our cursor next to agenda, give it a space. We'll come over here to the right side of insert, click symbol, and now we have this. Let's leave it on Wingdings just for fun. Select the telephone icon and press insert to drop one in, and press close, and now we have a telephone icon here. I'm not sure what that actually is in Wingdings. To copy a symbol, select the symbol, display the home tab, and then do the same thing you've done to copy and paste before. So double click that. We come back to the home tab. You can click copy here and then move to where you want to paste it and click paste. Instead, I'm just going to wipe that symbol out. Adding a hyperlink to a paragraph. What we want to do for this, you can insert a link over some text. So let's select this here, Alabama Course of Study, DLCS. And on the Insert tab, we want to look for Link. And we click the icon above Link and select this. And I don't have an address to paste. Let's just say, I'll type one out by hand. Oh, perfect. I think that's what I want. No. Let's just do JSU. What I meant to do was paste the link to the DLCS that that's referring to, but oh well. And you see it creates a hyperlink. You can press Control click to open the link in a browser. We'll leave that as is. Converting text to a Smartart graphic. We want to select the text that is desired, and on the Home tab, we'll select Convert to Smartart. And from there, it's the same procedure as with Word. So let's place our cursor in here. And we'll go back to the Home tab, and we're looking for Convert to Smartart. You click this, and it's going to give us this mini gallery, but I want to open up more options. Select what we want from the available choices, and click OK. And now this has become Smartart. Edit Smartart shape text. There's a couple ways you can do it, just like with Word. We do not have the preview on the left, but you can always just select within a shape. And let's just say we want to change this. This needs to be related works, not related work. Let me just add that. Edit Smartart bulleted text. Click the text pane button on the arrow icon to the left, center of the graphic, to open the text pane. It didn't read well. Wait, oops, click the wrong one. Sorry about that. Okay, so we need to open the text pane. Normally this wouldn't be an issue. It would just be here. Is there a button to open the? Yes. All right. So if it goes away, up here on the top left is your text pane. And so instead of clicking inside the Smartart itself, you could just click and edit this manually. I actually want to go to a different slide, something that's a little better. I remember having trouble with this before. So what I want to do is I want to select all of this, and I'll make this my Smartart we're going to work with, because I need some empty space. And as you saw, there was none there. While we're just going to do that really quickly, same thing as before. And of course, if you wanted to create new Smartart, it's going to mention this in a future tab or a future slide, but I'm going to skip over that and just mention that, where is it? Okay, just like with Word, here's your Smartart. The same process applies, only it won't have text pre-baked into it like this. It looks like we may not have room in this either. Oh well. All right. To format text pane characters, we want to click the close button in the text pane. Click a blank area inside the Smartart border to deselect a shape. And then display the Home tab and click the Select button to display the Select menu and click Select All. This did not work for me. So first thing, close this. Come on. Click inside the empty space. That should do it. And now we want to come to the Home tab. Watch this not work. Select and click Select All. Oh, hey, it worked. Okay. It's very precise. And so say we want to make these underlined. We can format them just like you would format any other text. So no need to spend much time on that. To change Smartart layout, the Smartart Tools Design tab display. Click the More button in the Layouts group to expand the Layouts gallery, and then select the one you want. This is just changing from one to another. So let's just quickly look at that. I'm not going to actually apply a change. Just going to show you. You could select from here, or you can open this, and whichever one you change it to is going to change the Smartart graphic. All right, duplicating a slide. The slide gives some slightly misleading information because it tells you to go to the layout gallery, which is right here, but it's also right here. So whatever slide you're on, you bring this down and it duplicates selected slides. It's as simple as that. You can also, I believe you can, yes, you can duplicate from here as well. No, we're not going to do that. Let's scroll back up to this. And move on. To insert a Smartart graphic, I've already shown you how this works. Adding text to a Smartart graphic, it's exactly as it was before. If you, let's just say I wanted to add a sixth one here. Let me bring up the text pane. You can, since this is a bulleted list, it works just the same as any other bulleted list. If you press enter, you can then add another line of text to it. I'm not going to do that. So applying a Smartart style. Oh, come on. Thank you. Of course, we need this selected. We're here in our tools design, and here are our available styles. Let's go with this here. You can click in one of these that's already just sat here for you, or you can use the drop-down menu here. Inserting a shape. If I remember right, the rest of this this module is just on shapes. So let's create a new slide. Just one to insert some generic text and such into. Let's do a title and content. Called as shapes. It's our cursor in here. Go to the Insert tab. Let's see, is shapes. Shapes. And you could insert one of these. There's quite a lot to choose from. Let's go with something simple. I'm going to use just this here. and decide where you want it on your slide. And just as with pictures, you can use the corners, drag them to resize proportionally, or you can drag and drop the boxes on the side to resize non-proportionally. Let's go with something a bit more flat. If you want to add text, click to select and then just start typing. Yeah, that's all the same stuff. To select all slide content, it's the same as before, but again, I find it a bit finicky. So you need to have your cursor inside the slide. You can't just have the slide showing. I think that was my problem. And then just come here, select all, or you can press Control A. So as always, multiple ways to achieve the same goal. Applying a shape style. Let's go back to our shape. Let's go to the correct presentation. Select that. Come up here to the shape design. And we have a few options. Let's just click one of these. As usual, you have this drop-down menu. It's going to go with U. Copy and paste a shape. We're going to need two shapes for some things later. So let's first, let's move this a little bit more up and to the left. And we will copy and paste this. Copy and paste. And paste. And we've got two ovals here. Oops, I keep doing that. Now let's put it down there, and we're going to change this text. All right, adding text to a shape, we've already done that. Change a shape's fill color. Let's say we want this one to be red. Come here, we have shape fill, bring this down. Well, we don't have red. Let's go with blue then. You can also change the outline. You can change its color. I'm not going to bother with those colors. Stick to the theme palette. Let's give this a light blue outline. Why not? You can also change outline style by coming down here. We have a bunch of options here. We can use eyedropper. I don't know what that is. You can change the border weight. Let's go with something ridiculously thick just for fun. And we can change the style by coming down here to dashes. And let's go with this here. That changes the style of it for you. Displaying the drawing guides. I want to go to the View tab. This is like rulers. In fact, rulers are also here. And it's going to want us to use all of these. So we have grid lines. This is one option that we have. These very faint dotted lines that we can use as markers to help us place things. We have horizontal and vertical guides as well. These you can come to the outside of your slide. You can drag these around. And again, we use these to help us position stuff. And as before, rulers to set your margins and such. Position a shape using guides, grid lines, and the ruler. So say, for example, we would like this shape here to be positioned like so. We can Oop, come on. There we go. You can, just drag it over, snap it onto the edge. It's not perfect. It's a little bit messy. I expected it to be a bit more aggressive with how much it snaps onto the guides, but it really isn't. It's just a visual aid. Whoops. To distribute shapes, select the shapes to distribute, and then click the Align button to display the Align Objects menu. This is hidden a little bit, but we can work with that. So what we want to do is come to the Home tab. We are not looking for Align, we are looking for Arrange, and that's where you're going to find your Align button. You click this here. We have a few options. First thing I want to do is Align to Slide. It would help if I selected the shapes. Let's do that again. Align to Slide. Okay, and that placed them at the top and bottom, I think. I don't know. I feel like some of these buttons aren't doing exactly what they give you the impression they're doing. And let's distribute them horizontally. Yeah, that one's not moving at all. But oh well, you see how it works. We select you just select your shape, and you can use those to place them in some more predetermined locations. To align a shape, select the shapes, the drawing tool format, and the drawing tools format tab, click the Align button to display, and then click what you want to do with them. So we've kind of already seen that. To change the stacking order, again, I'm going to deselect these. I'm going to select this one here, and we are going to go into the tools design here. And you have these two buttons here, bring forward and send back. If you click the drop down, you can go forward by one layer, or you can go all the way to the front. You can go all the way to the back layer, or back one layer, or all the way to the back. Grouping objects. Display the Home tab, click the Select button, and click Select All to select all the objects. Click the Drawing Tools Format tab, and then click the Group button. So coming back, instead of using the Tools Design, or instead of using the Select button, I'm just going to select them that way. Where is Group? Make sure we're in the right area. Yes. Group. Here we go. We can choose to group them, and now you can see there's a rectangle box drawn around both of them, just to signify that these are now part of the same object. And I'm actually going to undo that for the sake of another slide coming up. That's this one here, to merge shapes. This is similar. So again, select both the shapes that you want. Ours are selected. We have merge shapes here, and you have a few options. We have union, combine, fragment, intersect, and subtract. Some of these are based on Boolean logic. Let's do combine, and that's going to do weird things to our text. This will make sense more when you are doing your SAM project, because they'll have a scenario where combining shapes doesn't produce strange results like this. So let's undo that. But that's just so you know how to do it. All right, now it wants us to hide the grid, guides, and ruler. So we're going to quickly do that. Actually, we don't even need to go to the other slideshow. We can just do this here. All right, so applying a picture fill to a shape. We want to select the shape we want to fill, click the shape fill arrow to display the shape fill gallery, and so on and so forth. So let's just select this green one here. And we want to go to shape fill and scroll down a little bit, and we want to select picture. And you have a few options here. You will probably be asked to use a support file that they give you and insert a picture that way. Instead, I am going to use a stock image. I'm just going to let a few load in and pick one at basically random. Go with this. Select it, click insert, give it a moment, and there it is. Applies it as a sort of texture. Change the shape outline weight. I've already shown how to do that. Outline color, again, already seen that. Outline style. To apply an effect to a shape. So let's come to this one here. Select you, and we want a shape effect. Down here, still on the shape tools design. And just like before, you have a bunch of options. We're going to go with a shadow. Go with a centered shadow. Anything else it wants us to do? Rotating a shape to an exact value. With a shape selected, you have, I didn't mention this, but you can set these to give a precise measure. You'll probably be asked to do that. You can also come down to this here, and you have a few rotation options. 90 degrees to the left or right, 180 degrees horizontally, vertically. Click more rotation options, and this will come up, letting you set a bunch of different parameters, including rotation. So say we want this to be rotated by 25 degrees, we can do that. And then just close it. And now that's syncing. All right, last couple of things it wants us to do is adding a footer with fixed information. This presentation already has a footer, and the way that we do that is we go to the Insert tab, just like with Word, and you'll find headers and footers. Click that, and you can set what you want to have appear, date and time. You can have slide numbers visible. You can enter some generic text. And when you're done, you click Apply to All, and it'll close the window. And what I believe is the last thing? Yes, the last thing on today's module, adding transitions. This is often the thing that people think about the most when they think of PowerPoint, is all the visual effects you can apply between slides. So what we want to do, we want it to be a push, and you can see it shows you a preview of what you have to expect. You can set the duration. Let's go with 0.5 seconds. No sound, and we want to apply it to all slides. Now, you won't be able to see it while you're just looking at it like this, but if you start a slideshow, you can see that it does it for each one. Let's quickly close out of this. All right, and that's everything for this week.